Scapegoat 2 is basically an experiment to see what it would be like to collaborate on a project. It was my fourth indie game and the first time I've collaborated with anyone else, so I'm working with both Randy O'Connor and Caitlin Gadd. In the sense that it was an experiment for what it'd be like to collaborate and how the game would turn out with a new art style, I think it was a huge success. I'm very happy with how it turned out. So I don't have a superpower really, but I'm really good at making music work on really limited hardware. That's actually my area of expertise before I got into programming or art or anything for games. I actually don't aim to have superpowers in any particular field, unless the superpower is being a jack of all trades, red mage style, like just 7s across the board, not really specializing in any one thing. So one of my goals with the Scapegoat 2 was having a tutorial that you don't notice is actually a tutorial. And I wanted to have something where it's not actually explaining the gameplay. It doesn't pause the game, it doesn't describe how to do things, but instead you kind of are demonstrated and it forces you to demonstrate to yourself how everything works. And I do this through some button prompts, and I pretty much think that I've succeeded in having a zero text tutorial for the game. And in fact, the whole game is kind of a tutorial because you're learning new stuff all the way up until the very end. There's new things introduced to you. That took a ton of playtesting and a ton of revisions, especially for the first 5 or 10 levels in the game. But I think it turned out great. So there are 2 of us who worked on the project full-time for the last 16 months. Randy did 100% of the art, animation, background designs, and art direction for the game. And he also contributed towards the end a lot for the story of the game. Most of the early and mid-game story text from the sheep and mouse are actually Randy's writing, and I just did some editing on that. Caitlin is a part-timer on the project, but her role is actually pretty crucial in the final look of the game because she wrote the renderer and lighting engine, so all the cool lighting effects, real-time shadows and stuff like that was her doing. Another thing that Caitlin added to the project was all the Steam Workshop integration for level sharing. It's still in beta right now, but we do have the ability for users to create their own individual rooms and post them, vote on them, create collections using all the Steam Workshop features, and you can see them on the website as well as in the game. It's going to be great to see how many levels are there after we take the beta password away and it's just in the main branch of the game. So there are a few things that I'll be adding to the game. Even though we've launched, I want to add a bit more. The level sharing I already talked about. There's also a free demo that I'm working on. I really want there to be like a zero price point, zero friction entry point for a Scapegoat 2. It's not going to be like the first 5 levels from the main game. I think that's too dreary. Instead, I'm going to have a completely standalone set of levels. I'm also working on a new game plus, which will offer like an insane level of difficulty for the players who have already completely 100%ed the game and found all the secret rooms and everything, but still want more. It'll be kind of like the All Intensive Purposes campaign from a Scapegoat 1. Maybe not quite as massacre as that, but incredibly challenging. Thanks for watching, and congratulations to whoever wins the free keys for Scapegoat 2. Check it out at escapegoat2.com.